Oh, hello, this is Dr. Victoria Scarborough speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. I just did a numerology and Kabbalah two-part reading on Nancy Pelosi. It was two parts because, I don't know, my camera just stopped in them after like 15 minutes, but... So look for that, part 1 and part 2. I talk about her major numbers, and I talk about how they fall on the tree of... I keep dropping all my cards. It's amazing. How they fall on the tree of life, and the meanings. And also I did her divine triangle. I gave you a little bit on the divine triangle. And I did promise I would do a card reading on her. Unbelievable. So, you know what the problem is? I'm trying to do this without making too much noise because I'm using my computer while my tablet uploads those videos for you. Well, maybe this will help. I'll put it on a book so it's not quite as loud. So I'm doing a card reading on Nancy Pelosi as we face the year 2019. In my reading, I talk about how significant 2019 is actually for Nancy Pelosi, how she's connected, how it's connected to her soul vibration, and how the vibration she's in right now is connected to Trump. So this is very interesting. So, if you would like astrology Kabbalah reading, like I did on Nancy, you can get one. Just go to my website, theseedsoftransformation.com, and pick the Kabbalistic Soul reading. It's got numerology, Kabbalah, and astrology. It's a very good reading. Most people who get it really enjoy it and find it very helpful. So I was told by a client that I have to let you know that I do that. So I'm letting you know. Okay. I also like it. I like doing them because I utilize both sides of my brain. This is a little bit more right-brained, and I'm actually quite left-brained. But my right brain does kick in after a while. I'm just glad my brain's kicking in, period. Okay, so let's do Nancy Pelosi. I'll do a Celtic cross. I'll just put the cards up as I get them. So the immediate environment for Nancy, Judgment. Okay, this is a card of waking up. The soul is waking up. People are waking up. There's judgment to be had. She is also being judged somewhat, okay, by her own party. You know, certainly by the right, because they judge everybody from the left, but also her own party. But this is also a sense of, this is a wake-up call for her. Angel Gabriel is blowing his horn and saying, Nancy, wake up. It's time to get moving. All right, let's see what's crossing that. Okay, the Hierophant card. This is the traditional government, just a traditional card. And so there is a certain male energy to this card. So there is some challenges from the men in power here. Okay, so she is coming up against some challenges, even maybe within her party, but just within the government in general. Okay, let's see what's at the root of this. Okay, the Ten of Cups. So at the root of this is her need for us to find our way back to sort of the dream or the things that America stands for, or hope. This is a card of hope. You know, I generally don't watch other readers until I've done the reading first because I don't want to be influenced by them. But I do think I saw one on Nancy, and this was the card. It might have even been in the exact same spot, so it's very interesting. So at the root of it is there's a sense of bringing hope back. See what's in the past. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups. The first thing that that came to me with this is we have a queen who's watching what's happening but doesn't necessarily have, or doesn't have the, I don't want to say doesn't have the power, but is not utilizing the power to make a change. It feels like it's she's observing. And of course, I see that as her time as the head of the minority, especially in such a nonpartisan, in such a partisan time in the country. And so she's been observing, she's been watching, she's been evaluating the situation, but she had no real power to change it. But that's the past, right? Let's see what's in the future. I mean, what's in the sky. So we have a lot of work ahead of us. There's a lot of things that the House has to do. You know, there's just a lot of things that Trump and his administration has done that's illegal. So they have a long road ahead of them. It's just like one thing after another, after another, after another. So there's a lot of work to be done. That's what's in the sky. Let's see what's in the immediate future. This is 6 weeks. Okay, this is the Seven of Swords. This is dirty tricks. So she has to be very aware that there are people doing some underhanded things. She's pretty smart. She's pretty savvy. I don't think, you know, she's an Aries. This could be stuff that's getting done now while the Republicans are, it's like a lame duck session, but they're still doing stuff. So she just has to be aware that that there are people taking away some of her ability to change things. Now it's interesting because this is happening in Wisconsin and in North Carolina, where the legislature is trying to take the power away from the governors. And so it's that kind of thing. It's the new way of, it's a new Republican thing. They're gonna say, oh yeah, you won, good. We're gonna take all your ability to make any changes away from you because we can. I tell you, man, ridiculous, ridiculous. Okay, how other people are seeing this from the outside. The Hermit. After a time of sort of being in the background, I think it's connected to this card, right? We have somebody who's shining the light. So they see her as a way shower, perhaps. A way shower, the way ahead. Domestic situation. Okay, victory. So I think she's going to be the majority leader. Definitely. I think she'll win that. I think it's going to be just a general good time for her, a sense of celebration, victory, and such. She's worked long and hard, and this is going to be a good time for her. Hopes and fears. So she's anxious. She's worried about the state of things. Of course she is, right? Why wouldn't she be? She knows more than we do, and I don't know how these people sleep. The outcome. Got the world on a string. I'm sitting on a rainbow. Got the string around my finger. That's what that card reminds me of. She's looking at the bigger picture. She's looking at not only what's going on here, but also how we look to other people. She's looking beyond just the local stuff, and she's looking at some of the more worldly stuff. Perhaps it's Russia, perhaps it's Saudi Arabia, but she's sort of planning on her next step. What's the next step to take? So I feel as though at this point she's actually working very hard in her own mind as the next steps to take. Okay, let's see if we can pull a major arcana. We have the Nine of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, That's interesting because there's empowered and a somewhat disempowered female there. Ah, ah, the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is sometimes secrets, but I see this card where it is and because who we're dealing with. This is somebody who holds great power. It doesn't say everything. So there are things I think she's going to keep to herself. She's not going to put it all out there for whatever reason. But this is, there are two female power cards in the major arcana. One is, of course, the Empress. But the Empress is more of the fertile mother. And then there's this, the wise woman, the High Priestess, who knows and keeps silent, who balances the light and the dark, who holds the Torah in her hand, who stands upon the moon. This is Isis, Hathor, the Blessed Mother, Persephone with her pomegranates behind her, the Queen of Heaven, the Queen of Hell. This is a very, very powerful feminine vibration. And so this says to me that it's very possible that she will be called to be in power. Okay? All right, let's see what's underneath. Okay, so this is about fair distribution of resources. This is about taking care of the community, taking care of the people that need help. This could be, Medicare for all, or, just or helping the migrants or the immigrants or the seekers. This is, in my estimation, this is balancing the scales. This is balancing the scales. So this is a good vibration, I think. Right, very positive for Nancy. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that reading. Like and subscribe, and I will see you again on another day at another time, or maybe later today. I don't know. Let's see how much work I get done. Have a great day. Bye.